G'day, Express 2002 here, James Wilson, owner, James Wilson Domestic and Commercial Pest Management, old owner of Express Extermination Services. That was the first company I started up many years ago. There's an XL Pest Services out there now. Well, the guy did take off with half my work. Good on him, jerk. But yeah, that's what happens when you change your name. I only actually changed my name because my dad said a lot of companies use a name so they can hide behind it and dodge people when they make mistakes and dodge people when they have to do callbacks, etc. So I thought, well, I've never done none of that, so I'll put my name up. It cost me a lot in the long run. Customer-wise, I lost a lot. I didn't realise the change who I was. Stupid me didn't email them. I suppose it's half my fault. But such is life. I don't mind. I'm still getting along. Word of mouth, most of my work. I have got a website on True Local. So yeah, I always get recommended for my termite work. We come out, we eradicate. You don't see them again. We fix them up pretty quick, a lot quicker than most companies. 4 species of termites to worry about in New South Wales. The worst two, the main two you'll come across will be Coptotermes and Shadowrhinotermes. Coptotermes, the main species of that type is Coptotermes acinesiformis. The way you'll tell is if you see one of your soldiers and you give him a little bit of a poke on the head, you'll actually see some like little glue lactate out of his head. It's just like an odour they use in defence when they're fighting, fending off an attack from ants and stuff. The only actual predator they've got in nature is the ant. So yeah, it's numbers, a numbers game. They try and overwhelm with numbers the ants. So if you haven't got a barrier around your house, I can assure you, don't touch the bloody ants. Leave them alone. But you can't rely on the ants to do a job to look after termites when they've been around for 100 million years. So be very, very wary. A termite barrier is highly effective, and I highly recommend it. Your house is your biggest investment. So if you're willing to risk it, so be it. But I reckon you'd be a fool if you put all the work and time into making the place look how you want it, and obviously put all the money away and struggled and missed a lot of holidays and stuff to own it. I think you want to protect it as best you can. So termite barrier is essential. And with us, well, New South Wales, 12 months warranty is all you're entitled to. Most companies give you that. Well, I put down barriers for all of my customers every 5 years, and my prices haven't changed for 15. So, I try. I'm on a very, very minimal profit margin now, but I don't care. I'm still living. I'm happy. My customers are happy, so I do my best to keep prices down. One big way of doing that is commercial advertising. Obviously, I don't do it. We do a bit of flyers here and there every couple of years. That's about it, and it's pretty rare. So the odd reminder maybe. I'm not really worried. I've got plenty of dedicated customers, and we always do the right thing. I've got no unhappy customers. Touch wood. But yeah, back to termites. Yeah, if you haven't got a barrier, you're in a lot of shit. And there's different ways to protect the home. We've coptos and the shadows around. Best way would be a chemical barrier. The second best way is bait stations. So a bait station's essentially just a plastic box. I'll make a part 2 and actually show you the boxes. We've got our own type of boxes, and we put a bait in there and a piece of wood. I prefer to put a piece of wood that's already been nibbled on by termites, so that just lets me know that the termites have had no worries about actually getting straight into that piece of timber, and they're not wary of it. So I actually load my baits starting with that type of timber, and I put a new piece behind it. That's just my way. I've been in the game 15 years, so I've learned a lot of little tricks. There's some I'm not going to tell anybody, obviously. But yeah, location-wise and stuff, I've learned a lot. They can get up to 50 metres, I was told when I was at Tech. Well, I found them 150 metres from a house. So, when I first started there, I only had one nest. Now they've got what's called sub-nests. So Termites species has actually evolved to have sub-nests as they get further away from their main home. They've got little places where they could stop if they couldn't make it back to the queen. So they've got an amazing system, constant temperatures throughout the whole entire system. Every little mud tube they've got built has the same temperature. They're extremely intelligent. They tell everyone to be quiet when you start looking for them. It's amazing. It's an amazing little insect. I'm going to tell you that now. And if the common household man thinks he's going to get rid of them with a can of Peebo, he's in for a shock. And another tip, if you do spray them with an insect spray, you've just made my job 10 times harder for location. You'll send all the soldiers and workers to ground in the area where you've just sprayed, and then it's going to make it almost impossible for me to locate a nest. So it's going to cost you maybe $1,000 more out of your pocket, barrier-wise and chemical-wise, for us to track down, eradicate and kill that queen. So whatever you do, ladies and gents, don't be your own pest man when it comes to termites. It's just not effective. Now we'll get to pricing. Pricing with a lot of companies varies major, mate. Like I've subcontracted for some major companies, can't mention names, I don't want to end up in court. Prices range for average house, say a 3-bedroom average house on a quarter-acre block with a garage. We're looking at it, say, $7,000 with the bigger companies. They average at least 5,000 plus, 5 to 5,500, somewhere around there. Most of them were around the average. These are the big companies. And promising wonders, of course. Well, in termites, there is no promises. They're a highly intelligent species. You could be getting attacked by multiple colonies. So, yeah, what they say could be 80% right. There could be a nest in the roof. If you've got water retaining in the roof, the barriers are totally ineffective. If the nest is in the roof and they've got a water source and a food source, they're not coming to ground. So they're not making contact with the product. The product's useless. You just throw your money away. Your house is going to get eaten from the top down. You just throw all your money down the toilet. And most of them would have clauses and sub-clauses with them big companies, and you'll be signing a 20-page contract. With us, it's 1 page. That's that. There's no hidden nothing. We're not scammers. You know, we're out there to make a buck. I don't give two shits about the big boys. Simple as that. And yeah, like we're as straight as we can be. You ask us questions, we'll tell you straight the answers. There's cheap ways and they're effective, and there's expensive ways and they're effective. You know. And like it all comes back to quality of the product. If you want a cheap product, well, as they say, cheap and nasty. You know, you're going to get a cheap product. You're going to get a product, of course, it's going to work. I'm going to guarantee it 5 years, but you're going to vac your house for 24 hours, and when you come back, that smell might hang around for 5 more after that. So yeah, she's a potent chemical. She does work, guaranteed. But you know, she's safe. As long as you don't go tampering with the soil, she's totally safe when she's dry. Totally safe to you if you don't go down there playing in the soil. Being under the house and underneath the foundations is virtually impossible for a kiddie to get to. So, provided you haven't got children that are digging in the gardens that are right up adjacent to the house, you would never have a problem with that type of product. If you have got little children that dig around on places like that, you're up for some decent money. For the barrier. The barrier is going to have to be one of the new products like Premise, Termitor, there's a few others. And they work on a transfer effect, just basically transferring thing in the gut that goes all its way back to the queen. Once the queen dies, the colony dies off. It's just, mate, everything's dependent on the queen. Doesn't matter what species, everything depends on that queen. When the queen dies, everything goes to hell. And by the time she's dead, 90% of the workers will be dead from the same thing. So they have backup queens, they got backup kings. No, they're useless because they've all been tasting the same stuff. So everyone's dead. So yeah, it's a highly effective way of doing it. But price-wise, with the big boys, they charge thousands. That job's worth thousands. Like yeah, at least 5,000 plus. And the callbacks, you're going to get at least 3-4 callbacks on rebatings. So you're looking at another $2,000, $3,000, maybe $4,000 all up. So you're looking at a $10,000 job. Whether they say it in the beginning or not, it'll cost around 10 grand. That's it. With us, if we've done a baiting system around your house, we'll put the actual timbers in to attract them to. We'll put the attractants in, and the big companies, that's all they do. Once the baits are attacked, when they come back for their first $300 off you in the contract for inspecting everything, inspecting the whole house, and then inspecting the stations. Well, if there's a problem, they'll see the nibbling at the bait station, and then they're going to charge you so many hundred to bait that station. We don't do that. We bait the stations. That's it. We put them in, we load them, we put timbers in that have already been tasted, and then